Hi, my name is Anna Bringle, and I am a student at Ranken Technical College, and this is my C# final project. The reason for this app was to help orthotics doctors. They're the ones that build braces and inserts, track their patients. There are many patient tracking apps, but not a lot for orthotics. They're the one when you have a misshapen back or a foot needs corrections, they're the ones that build it. So if your head is slightly warped, they would build a brace and they would build a brace for your head and you would wear it. The other reason I built this app was to help my mom. She has a hard time tracking her patients with their insurance. So when you select a patient, it brings up a patient, it brings up their insurance and what types they have. This is my patient lookup screen. You can look a patient up by their name or their date of birth, and when you do that, it populates the data grid with their information. You can also press the view patient information, and it brings up a separate window that has all their information in it. When you press the view all insurance, it brings up every single patient, their name, and the type of insurance they have. When you select a patient and you mark them as seen, it checks them in this saw patient column. You can also select a patient and reschedule their appointment. You can also delete a patient, and when you press the add an update patient button, it takes you to a separate window where you can add a patient or update a patient. This is my patient update and add window. You can search a patient by their name, and when you do that, it populates the data grid, and it also populates the group box below with all their information. When it does that, you can change their insurance. You can change anything within that field and press the update patient, and it updates everything. There's also a diagram button, and it takes you to another window. When you add a patient, you have to fill in everything within that group box, and also the calendar to the right. This is my patient diagram. So when you check a checkbox, it saves it, and it saves what you checked, so that if you know where you're going to be working. And also there's also a text box to the right. You can add text within that, and when you can add text within that, and it saves it, and also the measurements below. When you press the save diagram, it populates that text box with it. This is my UML. There's one for a patient, diagram measurements, colors, and materials. So the patient, that's everything for the patient, and then the diagram is the measurements, the check boxes, and the notes. The colors and materials are for the inserts or the brace that a patient would get. So like a color, the color was blue and the material was something. I don't know how to pronounce any of them. And now I'll show you my app. This is my app. So when you have these are all the patients that are in it. So you can select a patient and you can view their information. So their name, their email, phone number, address, and what kind of injury they have, and what type of insurance, their date of birth, their appointment, their previous appointment, and their next appointment, whether they have a brace or insert, if they're female, if you saw the patient, and any of their notes. And when you select a patient, you can mark them as seen. And you can unmark them. And when you press a patient, you can delete that patient. It automatically deletes it from the database too. And you can select a patient and reschedule their visit. It does a window that says their previous one, and then you press it, and then you can choose another date, and then you press the button again, and then it says when they will be rescheduled to, and it also updates the visit date. And then you press the view all insurance, and it views everything, and it says their names and the types of insurance they have. Now let's go to the add and update one. These are all the patients. So when you search a patient, say Nora, it brings up that person. And when you select that person, it populates the data. It populates the group box. So let's say she's 175 pounds and their material is plazazote and their color is blue. You can check both, because sometimes a patient would need both. And then you press the update patient and it updates the patient. Then you press the clear and now you can add a patient. Alex, phone number 314. Their appointment date. You cannot select something in the past, and then their address. 1, 2, 3, 4. Their insurance, diagnostics, broken leg, insert. And if you just do any of that, it won't add the patient. You must enter all these fields. So male, height 6 feet, pounds 200, material, colloid, blue. And now you add a date of birth, and then you press the add patient and it adds them. You can also enter notes, but that doesn't have to be filled out. And now that you have selected someone, you can go to a diagram, and here it has everything in it. It already has some notes in it, and you can click on stuff. So head, and that's my app. And you can also add numbers in there, and it saves it. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.